Hello, welcome. I got new contacts. Don't ramble, just get into shit. I have started a little mini series, I guess. I said a while ago I really want to attempt to cosplay, at least from the chest up, or doesn't have to be full-on cosplays, but just somewhat dress up like all the League of Villains. I still want to do that. It's just taking a very long time. I'm trying to get materials because unfortunately most of them it has to do with clothing, not just makeup. But I've decided to do a little mini side series kind of on the same spectrum. It is on the same spectrum. I don't know why, whatever. So I am doing fusion cosplays of Nightmare Before Christmas and the League of Villains. If you follow me on any of my social media, you would have already known this. But it's completely inspired by this little keychain right here that I got at SAC Anime early this year before shit went down. Come on, please focus. Wow! It's my favorite keychain. I saw that, got inspired, plus I already have Jack and Sally costumes in my stash. So I already did two of the cosplays, one's a craft, one's a cosplay. So we have a Sally Dobby fusion, and we have a Zero and Kurogiri fusion. I'm still figuring out the names. Sabi or Dali. Zero and Kurogiri, which is either Kuro or Ziri, which I like both of those. I don't know what the fusion name of Jack and Shigaraki could be because it could be Jack with Shigaraki, however that's his last name, and so we could always fuse both their first names, both their last names, to Mac, Jamora, Skellington? If you have any ideas, please leave it in the comments down below. But both of these tutorials are on my Patreon. That is linked down below if you want to learn how I did both these things. Like, these were the main guys. I was thinking about continuing at least Lock, Shock, and Barrel, which will probably be, I forgot what I said. I know it was twice Toga and I think Spinner. And then I thought that Mr. Compress could be the mayor. Oogie Boogie, since he's the big bad, could be All For One. I probably won't do that. Push in a big sis in there, but I have no idea what she would be. But if you have any ideas, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below. I don't really know how I'm gonna go about this. Dobby was pretty easy. Just change his hair color and put his, or Sally's dress design onto his patches. I don't really know. Obviously, like, we're dealing with Shigaraki's hair color. Now, there was an idea of making him completely black and white, just like a skeleton. Like, considering, well, for one, I drink coffee, so I have to worry about, you know, my teeth looking really freaking yellow. So I don't think I'm really gonna go for a stark white, maybe lighten my foundation just slightly. Obviously, I got new contacts for my Shigaraki cosplay because, for one, I wasn't that dead set on the white creepy contacts I normally use. It just didn't feel that confident anymore wearing it, so I got these for Shigaraki and other things as well. So I put these in instead of those. Plus, I'm going to be having so much white on me that I can very easily just get really washed out and it's just not going to look right, at least on me. So we're going to have some pops of color on there. And also he's a Skellington, he's also a skeleton. So there are lots of, when I do my Shigaraki makeup, lots of red tones in there. So I might have to forego a lot of those, or at least mute it a lot. But I don't want to put just a skeleton face on Shigaraki. I just might stick to like grays, blacks, a little touch of black, deepen things up. Instead of red, maybe I'll stick with like a very taupe brown color. Or I can just stick with gray as well, maybe. Because I usually do like a lot of red around the eyes. Want to do the skeleton mouth, but I want to look, don't want it to be obviously skeleton. I want it to look more like just extended crusty lips, I guess. And he'll still have the scar and stuff. And I will also be having a Zero Kurogiri right there. He will also be a part of this outfit as well. So there's a lot of different props, and this will be the bow tie instead. So I have these skeleton hands that I got from Target. They're not the lightest thing in the world, but I think they might be okay, but I have no idea what I'm gonna clip this onto. This is just foam that I painted to try to match these a little bit more, and that will be right there, because obviously I have to incorporate a hand somewhere. I'm not gonna just put on Jack's bow tie. I'm getting kind of sick of editing videos with me talking a lot. Hopefully voiceover will just be a little bit better for me. Hopefully it's okay. And I hope you guys enjoy this, and hopefully this will not turn out like shit. After priming my face and my eyelids, I applied my normal concealer all over my face for my base color, shade, whatever. I don't know where I was going with that, but it is just slightly lighter than my normal foundation shade. I'm using a white concealer to place where I would normally put my concealer, just to brighten or highlight the look. Again, I don't want a stark white face, so I'm just trying to lighten it as much as I can. I'm using cream makeup in these gray shades, more so the dark gray than the light gray. The light gray didn't really do anything, and I'm using that to start contouring. Starting the contour with cream shades is a little more forgiving than if you were to totally skip this and just go in with the powder, in my experience, and plus it just helps. Taking these extra little steps always ends up helping. I'm sorry if I'm not explaining this very well. I just woke up not too long ago. And now I'm enhancing all those cream gray shades with some gray powders. I'm starting with the light gray, which obviously you can't see very well, but it will help in the long run to help blend a little better, even though the blending in this look isn't that great. But I didn't dwell on that too much, considering Shigaraki's wig was going to cover a lot of the eyes and such. Plus, I was still in the headspace of not really knowing where I was going with this. I then took a darker gray and started to deepen up the contours. And this gray particularly probably wasn't the greatest to start with the contouring, considering it did blend out kind of patchy. It works better with the eyes, but on a bigger spot, it wasn't that great. And I believe it was the shadow that made the look a little bit more patchy than it should have been. Using a dark gray in the contour palette I held up earlier probably would have been a lot better. But like I mentioned, the wig was going to cover up a lot. I just wanted to make sure my face didn't look like a potato like it normally does. I'm focusing on the eye bags and by the nose bridge. I always find that when I contour really deep in my nose bridge, going up to where the start of my eyebrow would be, it does help my face look just a little bit more masculine. And then I'm trying to get that skeleton shape without, you know, just blatantly drawing on a skeleton face. So that's why I'm slowly deepening up the eyes with some grays, and eventually I will deepen up even more with a black. Here's the black. Again, like I mentioned before, didn't really know what I was doing, and I was just doing some things that kind of felt like it would work, possibly.
I'm essentially giving myself a really weird halo eye. That's what it's darkened on the outer corners and then light in the center. I just think it gives a little more dimension than if I were just to paint my entire lid space and bottom lid black. Now that I'm thinking about this and watching the playback, this look might have benefited better if instead of red contacts, if you are brave enough to put in scleras, black scleras. I think that might look pretty cool. And I totally forgoed the cracking of the lips and kind of just went for a more subtle skeleton mouth. I'm just drawing it on with that gray earlier. I didn't want to draw it on with straight black because I'm going to make the scars he normally has stand out with black instead. And I know I put on the scars on the opposite sides whenever I do his look. I always forget, and it just never I don't think too hard about where I'm going to put the scars. So I know they're on the wrong side. Don't at me, please.
I think this is the most I'm going to get, so it's like a combination of Jack and Shigaraki. Obviously I didn't really do the mouth as crusty and like his as I want, because I don't want to add too much to it, because I really like to do certain details like red, make it look irritated. Honestly, I kind of look kind of clownish right now. It kind of works. I don't know, I'm gonna have hair in my face anyways, but I did the scars in black just so they stand out a little bit more. Probably attempt to attach the bow tie with a lot of safety pins. I also forgot this jacket is an extra large men's. I'm small in men's, small medium. A little bit bigger. I'm gonna do that and then we'll see the finished look. I am still debating, so I cut my Shigaraki wig a little bit more. I don't know if I should make it shorter or not. Also, the hands, a little heavier than I thought, and I was actually going to attach zero, like tape them to my back, but I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. Okay, so this is, my arm can't bend that way for that long. So this, yes, because it has to be a pair, it just looks better if it's a pair. But this is me attempting, I'm pretty, Dobby and Zero turned out a little bit better, but this is me attempting to combine Jack and Shigaraki. It's a look. I think it would have been better if we stuck with the white hair. I mean, there's so many different renditions, like what Ida in the manga has red eyes, but in the anime he has like dark blue eyes, and Shigaraki in the manga has white hair, and in the anime he has weird blue hair that's impossible to find in the wig color. I think it would maybe be better if I had white hair. Like I mentioned, if you want to see how I made Kirigiri, Zero, and my Sally Dobby cosplay, those are both be on my Patreon, link down below. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you all next time.